Look at this current option delta, -87. It's very interesting watching what it's doing here. Trade event received, fill, processed by broker, right? Position liquidated. So it seems like it would have actually made money selling this put option. We just have to wait for it to actually get a little further along in terms of the results here. We made a lot of big improvements to our platform. So this thing is still backtesting. We're going to give it a few more minutes. In the meantime, let's talk this AI. So I was wondering what we could even talk to it about. I really want to see what these results are. What do you guys think, by the way? What kind of strategies would you guys use in a market downturn? Right? Let's say the whole market goes to hell in a handbasket. You know, what would you guys use to prevent that or to make profit off of that? I know Michael Burry, what he's been doing is he's been actually shorting a lot of these high-flying names, right? So he's been shorting, Palantir and a few other ones like that. Oh, look at that. We're actually seeing some results here. This is great. So it made $5,000. So this thing started off at $100,000. So it is profitable. I'm wondering maybe it's just not buying enough options. It's a $100,000 account that we're simulating here. So we probably want to make this thing use more options. So let me actually ask this other AI because it actually did make money. Look at this. So far profitable. How many options does this thing buy relative to the account size? All right, let's see what it says. And check this out. We have this new AI. It's inspecting our strategy code. So we actually have the code for you here. For those of you that are coders, you can actually grab the code and you can work with it. Right. So if you guys want to just use this code and go off with it, you guys can definitely do that. That is available in this platform. However, you really don't need to do that. You see that on the side here, we have it inspecting our strategy code. It could actually tell you what's going on here. So I don't even have to really go through the code. I could just say, how many options does this thing buy? And it'll actually tell me based on the code. It's going through back tests. It's not going to be able to see this back test just yet because it's not completed yet. So it doesn't have access to all the different artifacts that get created after we back test. But it looks like this thing actually did what it was supposed to do. Basically, it owns some put options, and then when the market did a big downturn, it got in, right, made some money off it, and now it just seems to be kind of coasting. So it actually is doing what we want to do. This is very cool. Okay, so here's where we're at. So it says the strategy uses a fixed fractional risk model to determine position size. Here's the exact logic from the code. The bot calculates the number of contracts to buy based on risking 2% of your total account. That's not nearly enough. Sorry, man. We need to increase that. It takes the total portfolio value, cash plus open positions, and multiplies it by 0.02. 2% example on a $100,000 account, the risk capital is $2,000. That is why we made about $4,000 or $5,000 only. I would actually get this thing to risk more because we have already a bunch of parameters that it has to pass through before it even gets there, right? So what do you think about that? Put it into the comments. Let me know. I respond to all of your comments, so I'm very interested to hear what you thought about the video and what do you want to see next. And of course, if you're interested in any of this stuff, go check it out at botspot.trade.